Hi, everyone. My name is Illena Armstrong, and I am the president of Cloud Security Alliance. I want to welcome you to our SECtember.ai global virtual event. We're very pleased to have you here with us. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedules. We have a wonderful lineup of experts who are going to share with you their vast knowledge, their expertise in the form of guidance, some practical insight, and just generally some good old-fashioned help that folks are looking for to deal with some of the AI challenges that they and their teams are confronting, that executives and their teams are confronting. But along with that, and to help introduce it, I want to talk a little bit about our AI safety initiative and the context in which we have launched this very robust program. We all have been reading a number of different research reports regarding the growth of AI. Certainly, we've seen it just jump and be embraced across the globe at this point. Back in 2021, cybersecurity products that were AI-based were at about a $15 billion spot, and now the market has grown to about 135 billion, or it should grow to 135 billion by 2030, which is not unexpected, just given how rapidly AI has been embraced by enterprises, by individuals through, obviously, cloud dissemination, really. Along with that setting, I wanted to talk a little bit more about some other research that we've been seeing. So as far as company-wide use of AI, a number of organizations are embracing it. A McKinsey survey that was released only recently saw about 1,400 organizations being surveyed, and of those, approximately 900 use generative AI in their organization's operations. However, those companies and the folks representing them also feel that their organizations are ill-equipped to really guide that usage effectively. And 3 and 4 of the responding companies lack an enterprise-wide roadmap for how generative AI will be used now and in the future. Fewer than 2 and 5 respondents say that their executive leaders even understand the value of leveraging generative AI in their operations, which is concerning and goes to the point that more education on that C-level is absolutely necessary now and in the future. Regarding AI use in cybersecurity, according to our own research, we released earlier this year the State of AI and Security Survey report. 55% of organizations over the course of this year were planning to adopt generative AI solutions. We've seen that happening. About 50% stated that they're confident their organizations will execute effectively a generative AI usage strategy, along with some policies and procedures. On top of those really solid figures, we saw 12% of respondents voice concern that AI will completely replace their roles in their organizations. And that goes to the need for upskilling, for additional education, so that these individuals can transition to different roles in their companies, or perhaps even move to other organizations once they've gotten that really strong training, or they seek it outside of their organizations. And certainly CSA is going to address those needs as part of our AI safety initiative. Now, along with corporate use, individual use of AI, cyber attackers obviously will leverage it to expedite and make more efficient their own operations. So about 75% of security pros have seen a rise in cyber attacks, and 85% of those individuals believe that the use of generative AI by bad actors is really to blame for that spike in attacks. And that's from the Sapio Research and Deep Instinct survey that was released sometime last year, I believe. So out of those 650 cybersecurity pros, who were surveyed, another approximate 50% believe that generative AI will, just generally speaking, leave companies much more vulnerable. And that goes to the need for companies to use it, to leverage solution providers that are integrating AI into their cybersecurity solutions and more. Based on our 15 years in the industry, we really are all about solving tomorrow's problems today. And we have that always in the back of our minds because we want a future that is more secure, more resilient, and more trusted. And that not only goes for the cloud ecosystem, which we have concentrated on for this last 15 years, and necessarily so because cloud now is foundational to all forms of computing. It also is foundational to AI and how it has been so rapidly embraced. So it makes sense for CSA, given our 15 years of experience releasing and creating independent, vendor-neutral frameworks and programs, attestation and certification programs for companies, as well as professional training and education and certification for organizations. It makes sense that we launched this AI safety initiative last year that is now fully charging ahead on all cylinders with the support of a number of different partners, our member companies, chapters, volunteers, you name it. And really, that has been CSA's approach over the last 15 years, being very collaborative and making sure that we're taking a wide breadth of industry input and expert insight to create these vendor-neutral offerings that so many organizations are using across the globe. So with the AI Safety Initiative, that's no different. We launched with the support of CISA, all of the major LLM model organizations, certainly all of the major cloud service providers, and definitely the enterprises and the small, medium businesses that those providers serve. We have a pretty solid now structure by which we are moving forward with this very robust program. We have a very well-established and engaged executive committee that is composed of C-suite members from all of those types of companies that I just mentioned. We also have firmly established our nonprofit advisory council, which is being led by Tima Soni, who leads the UN's International Computing Center. She's also on CSA's board of directors. We will be announcing another co-chair for that council shortly. As far as our corporate member advisory council, Rehan Jalil, who is the CEO and founder of Security, and David Mortman, who is the Senior VP and Cloud Security Technology Leader at Wells Fargo, are leading the charge that front. Our research working groups have just been working so hard this year, and that is evidenced by the number of reports, frameworks, guidance, play cards, all of these things that we've released over the course of this year. And I'll talk a little bit more about that shortly. Along with the support of all of these types of groups and individuals and member organizations, we have our chapters, and they're definitely providing their support by touting our AI safety initiative in their regions at their local events. They also have individuals participating in our research working groups and other councils. And at the same time we're doing all of this, we're concentrating too on making sure that just like we did with the cloud controls matrix and our current security, trust assurance, and risk program, that we establish an attestation and certification program for our AI providers, as well as enterprises who may want to seek those types of certifications. And obviously, we're all about professional development. So we're establishing additional educational and credentialing offerings through the AI Safety Initiative. So let me give you a what's on now and what's up next kind of quick overview. So far this year, we've had something like 10 releases. The most recent include large language model hardening. We have another report that is all about a large language model threats taxonomy. There's also a risk management framework report that is extremely interesting and quite helpful and practical. And then most most recent report on offensive security in AI. So our CSA's co-founder and CEO, Jim Rivas, is going to close out this event today, going into much more detail about some of these reports. So I definitely encourage you to hang on and check out his presentation at the end of our event. He's also going to give you a bit more detail about the STAR program. But first, let me tell you, you can access a free online course, Introduction to Generative AI and Prompt Engineering, like so many thousands of people already have. I encourage you to certainly take that. In addition to that, however, we're in the process of developing a professional AI education and certification offering that will come in over the course of 2025. And that will probably take 2 tiers. We'll have one for those professionals in the trenches, the technologists, but then we want to make sure to answer that need on the executive level. So we will be partnering with some organizations to offer C-level training and certification for AI. At the same time, we just had some face-to-face meetings on our STAR for AI program, and that is sort of extending our Security Trust Assurance Risk Program, which is founded on our Cloud Controls Matrix and our Consensus Assessment Initiative Questionnaire, along with a number of other pillars. So that we can really fill the gaps and make sure that companies, service providers, and even enterprises can show their adherence to AI safety and cybersecurity best practices. And so we'll leverage our experience with those 197 controls, objectives under those 17 domains to address the gaps that we're seeing when it comes to the use and application of AI. And so we should have a draft controls framework for AI available for peer review in Q4. There are going to be a number of other fun and interesting announcements associated with that. So I definitely encourage you, again, Jim's going to go into much more detail about that. So I encourage you to stay on and check out his presentation. And if you want to get involved, reach out to us, because we've already had a bevy of meetings, and then just recently this month had some face-to-face meetings in Seattle. To close out this year, we're going to have our Global AI Symposium, which is a SECtember conference, a 3-day virtual event that's happening October 22nd through the 24th. I encourage you to sign up there. And if you want to participate in any areas with us as part of our AI safety initiative, do check out our website, and please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. This is really an exciting program for CSA. We're just all in, and we just can't wait to continue releasing some of these really informative, practical, useful, and much needed tools to help organizations address all of the challenges that we're all facing when it comes to leveraging AI. So I hope you enjoy your day with us, and I really do thank you for taking time out, and I look forward to talking with you. So thank you, everyone.